What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers may end up having no choice but to trade Austin Reaves. Reports are already starting to circulate. I think that's only going to continue as we move into the offseason. And if the Lakers end up keeping him through the offseason and into the season, even more so once we get to the trade deadline, right? So Austin Reaves is going into a contract year. And one of the big talks, one of the big arguments of Austin Reaves is like, hey, he's dirt cheap, right? Look at his production versus contract. And yes, you are absolutely correct. But you know when that's going to stop? After next year. Because he's probably getting 30 plus million. He's not going to opt in with the Lakers. He's not going to sign an extension with the Lakers because with the Lakers, he can only get like half of what he could get on the open market. He could get over 40 million if he opts out and signs with a new team. Now, will another team give him 40 million? I don't know. A lot of people think no, but a lot of organizations do silly things. Right? Like, there's a reason a lot of teams are bad and make bad decisions, bad choices. Now, I think realistically, Austin Reaves is probably going to get around 25 million, maybe 30 million, right? I think he probably would have been a 30 to maybe $40 million guy if he had a good playoff run. But the fact that he was terrible in the postseason, I do think is going to kind of question some teams. But some teams don't care. Some teams are going to look at it and go like, hey, he's a guy that can help us get to the playoffs. And they're not trying to contend for championships every year, right? There's a lot of teams that are fine just like being a first round exit or being a play-in team or whatever, right? Like, so Austin Reaves is a guy that could help with that. Jersey sales, right? He's fan favorite in many ways. But at the end of the day, the question is, will the Lakers actually trade him? But again, the Lakers might not have a choice because last thing you want to do is just lose him and he goes and signs. Like, if somebody offers him 40 million, he's gone. If you're the Lakers, there is zero chance you do that. You cannot give Austin Reaves $40 million, right? Because you're not going to be able to trade him at that point, and then he's not worth $40 million. Right? I think he's definitely worth, probably 25 million, I think would be fair value just based on like him compared to some of these other players, maybe 20 million, right? In that range. I think if he would have had a good playoff run like he did in the regular season, then I think he'd probably be getting 30 million. But I absolutely can see a team paying him 30 million just to get him off the Lakers even, right? There's going to be a team that's going to be like, hey, we can have Austin Reaves. What does he do as like the first or second option, right? Look at what he's doing as the third option. Imagine if he was, our second option, and also on top of that, we get to hurt the Lakers, right? So a team absolutely, I think, would swoop in and potentially overpay Austin Reaves just to get him off the Lakers, just to get him out of purple and gold, just to kind of put the Lakers in a position where like, now what are you going to do, right? Can the Lakers really run the risk of that actually happening? Right? Because again, you cannot give Austin Reaves $40 million, right? Like, so even 30 million, I don't think the Lakers can really give. I don't think like it's worth it for the Lakers, right? Like, is Austin Reaves and Luka the guy that you are pairing for the next 8? Like, are those your two leaders that are winning you a championship? I don't believe so. I don't think Luka and Reaves can coexist in the backcourt, right? It's the same thing. You had D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves. And what was everyone, like even, Reaves lovers, what did they all say? Right? Like, oh, you can't have those two coexist in the backcourt. Well, guess what? You just went and got, Luka. Austin Reaves is not better than Luka, right? There was the whole argument about Austin Reaves or D'Lo. Okay, you want to argue Austin Reaves is better than D'Lo? Fine. Most people would be like, okay, fine. Yeah, like you get rid of D'Lo, you keep Austin Reaves, right? No one is arguing Austin Reaves over Luka, right? So if you have to get rid of one of them, it's Austin Reaves at that point, right? You're keeping Luka. You're not trading Luka, right? So if you're the Lakers, even just from like a pick one standpoint, right? Austin Reaves is going to go. And then you also had a bad playoff run. And if you look at the Denver series, he was not great in the Denver series last year. And then in the Warriors series, it wasn't great. So he's had more bad series than he has had good series. Right? So like that starts to become a question, right? Like again, he shot 28% from three in the Nuggets series, right? Like this isn't a guy that has shown like he's this big superstar that him and Luka together, man, those are the two guys that are leading the charge going forward. Lakers' hands might be tied. They might have no choice but to trade him, right? Of course, Rob's not going to come out and be like, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of Austin Reaves. No, he's going to play the whole hey, we're not trading Reaves unless it's for a superstar or whatever. Hey, he's our guy. He's the guy we're building around and whatnot. But I think push comes to shove. If the right trade is there, I think Reaves is probably gone. If Reaves had a great playoff run, even if the Lakers lost, right? Let's say the Lakers lost to Minnesota, but Reaves gave you 18, 5, and 5 on 38% from 3 and 50% from the floor, from 2. I think the Lakers would probably be like, yeah, okay, we're gonna keep this guy, right? We'll pay him the 30 million, 35 million, whatever. We'll pay him whatever we have to pay him. But now I think if you're the Lakers, you're looking at this as okay, he's had multiple playoffs where he hasn't shown up. He was unplayably bad in the Minnesota series, and now he's gonna bare minimum probably make $30 million, right? There's no shot if you're the Lakers you can do that, right? So if you're the Lakers, are you and he's your best trade asset, right? Even with the poor playoff, there are teams that would absolutely love to be in the Austin Reaves business. There's several teams that would love to trade something for Austin Reaves, right? Again, I don't want to trade Austin Reaves just to trade him. I don't that's the last thing the Lakers want to do. It's just oh, hey, let's just trade Austin Reaves. No. It has to make sense. If you're going to trade Austin Reaves, it has to be for, a player or players that makes sense. The problem is Austin Reaves is only making $13 million next year, right? It would be so much better if he was making $30 million because, then you could actually get real value in return, right? Austin Reaves at this point, you're either looking to package him as an asset with a Rui or whatever to go get a $30 million guy, or you're trying to turn Austin Reaves into multiple cheap, young guys, right? Something that I talked about was Houston, right? Could you get a Jabari Smith and, Cam Whitmore, right? Where at least now you're getting, 2 guys, 2 young potential players for you that make sense, that fill holes, that, you're looking for something like that. You're either trying to get a guy of value or you're trying to do, in signing. I think if you're the Lakers, I think, you got to at least explore it. Bare minimum, you have to explore an Austin Reaves trade, right? You're not in a rush. You don't have to rush to trade him. You don't have to trade him tomorrow, right? So there isn't this pressure of oh, we have to trade him. You have until the trade deadline. Even then you could sign and trade him, right? Teams would sign and trade for Austin Reaves. So we're I don't think you're in this, you're screwed if you don't trade him by, the end of the offseason. But I definitely think it's something that the Lakers seriously have to consider. And I think, again, you're going to hear more and more reports about hey, the Lakers need to get out of the Austin Reaves business. And I think that's true. I think they're going to have to. I think they're not going to have a choice, personally. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Feel what are your thoughts? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mix in the middle. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.